today. It is Friday, and Friday nights mean finger food for us usually. It's the end of the week, and we kind of like to do something fun for dinner. So tonight I'm going to be doing fondue, which is one of my family's absolute favorites. They really enjoy it when I make it, and so I'm just going to bring you along and show you how I do it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start by warming up my fondue pot. Now I have the Cuisinart fondue pot, but if you don't have one of those, you can just do this in a saucepan on your stove and just do it that way and keep it on a low heat to keep it warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up my fondue pot to about a medium, and I have in my bowl here, I have 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese, 4 ounces of Gruyere, and 4 ounces of smoked Gouda. We really like that combination. Smoked Gouda is just a really great cheese for lots of things. I use it for mac and cheese and all kinds of things like that. So it's nice to have a combination of cheeses instead of just one, but that's entirely up to you what cheeses you want to use. Fontina is really nice, mozzarella is nice. Just try to use a nice good melty cheese. Traditional fondue is made with Swiss cheeses and white wine, but today we're going to do a craft beer fondue. And like I said, I'm going to use the combination of the 3 cheeses, and I'm going to use a really nice craft beer in mine instead of the wine. So I can hear my pot, it's warm, so I'm going to take a half a clove of garlic, and I'm just going to rub the inside of the pot with the garlic. It's going to give us some garlic flavor without necessarily chunks of garlic. So just rub it on the bottom and the sides of your pot, and then we're going to add a cup of craft beer, and then we're going to let that bubble up a little bit and let the alcohol simmer out of that. And while that's happening, I'm going to add to my cheese combo about a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch. Now cornstarch, you just want to use it because it helps the fondue, once it's all incorporated, to just thicken up some. So just add your tablespoon of your cornstarch and mix it in with your cheeses. And our beer has come up to a nice little simmer here. The other thing I'm going to add to my cheese is I'm going to add a half of a teaspoon of ground mustard. Just another layer of flavor there. About half of a teaspoon of that. And then I also like to add a little onion powder. About a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Just kind of give that a toss. And then we're just going to start adding our cheese really slowly to our simmering beer. Adjust your temperature if you need to. You want your beer hot enough that it melts your cheese, but you don't want to scorch your cheese. So you got to kind of watch the temperature and adjust if you need to. And we're just going to slowly melt it, a handful at a time. Fondue is so fun, great for parties and get-togethers. We have it every New Year's Eve. Great for kids because it's just kind of a fun thing to eat. Kids love to dip things. And you can use any kind of beer you like. My husband likes dark, I don't really drink beer, but my husband likes the dark craft beers. And so that's what we're using in this recipe because that's what I have on hand. And then as your cheese melts, you're gonna add another handful. And like I said, you don't want it to boil. You just want it to melt nice and slowly. And if you find after you add all your cheese that you don't have enough liquid, you can just add a little bit of milk or half and half. You really shouldn't have to add any salt to it. Cheese is pretty salty on its own, so you shouldn't have to add any salt for seasoning. But you could throw any kind of herbs in here you like. We like ours pretty basic. And it's really quick and easy to do, but yet feels fancy. And our last bit of cheese. And there are a lot of different fondue recipes you can find out there. I've made it all kinds of ways with all different kinds of cheeses. If you're a bacon lover, I've chopped up bacon and rendered it and then added chopped onions and garlic in there, and then used white wine and then melted my cheeses, and that bacon in there is really nice if you like bacon. You just want everything to completely melt. So just keep stirring so it doesn't scorch. And yes, I have two puppies at my feet pacing back and forth, waiting for me to drop something for them. They're so fun and so sweet, but they are little beggars, that is for sure. Okay, while that finishes melting, I was just going to show you a few of the things that we like to dip in our fondue. And again, there are all kinds of things you can dip, but these are our favorites. Always, I do some kind of bread. Now with beer cheese, pretzels would be really nice. But I didn't have time to make pretzels or pretzel bites today, so I just bought a nice artisan multi-grain bread, and then I cut it in 1-inch cubes and toasted it in the oven on 425 for about 20 minutes. I just take my cubes, spread them out on a baking sheet, and then spray them with cooking spray, and then put them in the oven for like 15 minutes or so until they're nice and toasty. You don't have to toast your bread, but when you do, it's really nice because it holds the cheese a little bit better without getting mushy. My husband prefers it toasted, so I do it that way. And then for a meat, we use smoked sausage is really nice for dipping, and then I just take the rope sausage, cut it into bite-sized pieces, and saute it on both sides so it's browned a little bit. And then veggies. And you can use all kinds of veggies. You can use fresh. You can, I just barely cooked mine till they were al dente. Just basically blanched them. And I have cauliflower here, carrots, and broccoli. It's just a nice pretty combination. And then always apples. Apples are wonderful with fondue. Apples and cheese are just a great combination there. So that's pretty much it. People do potatoes. You can cook some potatoes, not till where they're mushy, but just till they're al dente. Like I said, pretzels are nice. Any kind of bread, any kind of vegetable, peppers, just anything that you like. So that's it. Really easy, fun dish to do, especially for a fun weekend night. It's a great way to start the weekend, and great for finger food, great for parties and get-togethers. So we have Thanksgiving coming up, so we're kind of getting a little bit of start in the festive mood here with a little bit of party food. So I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate each and every one of you who takes time to watch my channel. I hope that this gives you some ideas and inspires you to try fondue for yourself. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.